Hello, everybody. Let me know when you're here. We are live again, 2 days in a row, only because I talked so much and we didn't actually get anything done last night. So I fully admit that. Full disclosure. That's why we're here live. But nobody usually complains when I go live twice in a week. So say hi. Let me know you're here. This is part two, actually creating the card. If you joined us last night, you know this, but if you didn't, here's what we're doing. I decided it would be a lot of fun to do a color cube challenge. And I don't want to go back, hash all this back over again. We talked about last night. I had pulled out my color cubes this week because I kind of had an idea of the colors I wanted to do for a card, but I didn't quite know how to get there. Hi, Stacy. Let me scroll down here so I can see everybody. There we go. So I didn't quite know how to get there. Ended up, I used this color cube card, and I ended up with this card. So there you go. That sent me in the right direction, and it really helped a lot. Now, as you can see, you don't always pick exactly the same colors that are on the card. The whole point is be flexible and do what works for you. You know, if you are a total rule follower and you need to use all these colors, then that's great. Do that for you. I am normally a real rule follower, but when it comes to the color cubes, I use it as inspiration. It gets me started, and then I can fudge things from there. And so that's what this is all about. I thought, I always have a lot of people ask me about the color cubes, and you know, we talked about all this last night, so I don't want to hash it back up. But do I use them all the time? No. Do I use them maybe more than you would think? Yeah. And so, you know, they don't work for everybody, but they do work for me, especially when I'm kind of stuck. So last night, the whole idea was we randomly picked 4 cards, and these were the cards that we picked. Okay. And then we kind of narrowed down from there. I did not want to do this one, so I did executive order and we threw that one out. Then we kind of chose from these. I narrowed it down a little bit more, got rid of this one, and then ultimately we chose this one. So that's where we are. So what I did was, if you were here, you know, there was a little break because I hadn't pulled any colors. I didn't know what we would do. So I had to go pull cardstock colors. And it took a little while, not too long, I don't think. But I'm going to end up editing that video a little bit, and then we'll put it all together and it'll make one nice video. So we ended up with this one, and I started pulling solid cardstock. And if you don't know what I mean, it's like this, you know, 80-pound cardstock like you can get from the big craft companies, even the small companies, but it's solid core. It's the same color all the way throughout. You can normally get it in 80-pound or 100-pound. And keep in mind, one company's 80-pound does not always equal another company's 80-pound. And the way paper works is they also go by GSMs. Don't ask me exactly what that means. I could guess, but I'd probably be wrong. And that's a little bit more true throughout the industry, I think. I'm not an expert on this, so don't quote me. But if you go by GSMs, I think you'd have a little bit better idea of consistency from company to company. However, the basic way that they do it is they'll say 60-pound, 80-pound, 100-pound cardstock, things like that. I tend to order the 100-pound because I just like the sturdiness of it. Some companies don't even offer an 80-pound, or they only offer an 80-pound. And you'll find, like I said, one company's 80-pound can be very different to another company's 80-pound. But I do love, my first love is the true cardstock that has a solid core. It's the same color, front, back, and all the way through. But you know, it's hard to stock every single color that's out there in your, hi Laura, in your craft room. So here's what happened last night. So I pulled some of the solid core cardstock, and then it occurred to me, I have all these fantastic paper pads from scrapbook.com. And if you've not used these, I really think this is a economical way to have a lot of colored cardstock at your disposal without investing a ton of money and having to store a ton. So here's the deal. I kind of went through all these and I pulled colors already, but here's the deal. This pad, now they offer two sizes. A2 size, 5.5 by 4.25. Hi, Kathy Dodd. And I tried to call you a minute ago, but you didn't answer. So we'll chat after this. And then they offer this 6x8. And look, see how it says 200 GSMs and it's 85 pounds. GSMs is a little bit more consistent throughout the industry. 85 pounds can change, but that tells you right there. So this is 6x8. Right now they're on sale for about $9.99. The A2s, most of them are on sale for $5.99. I tell you why I like the 6x8, because I like to keep my dies connected if they come connected, and sometimes it's bigger than an A2 size card. It just makes it easy to die cut a whole bunch at one time. So that's the only reason I tend to buy 6x8. Here's the deal. I love that they create color schemes for you, and you'll find, and they all go together, and you can get solids, but then they might have a coordinating pattern paper pad, and I love that. So you can get the patterns and the solids, and they coordinate. So I like that a lot. So here's the deal with these. Do I love the colors? Yes. Do I love the weight? Yes. Here's my only thing, is that they're not solid all the way through. And I'll pull this out so you can see it. And I don't know if you can see it right there. You can see the little white edge. That's because it's basically painted or like printed on both sides the color, but it's not a solid core. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. I'm just saying you need to know when you use this that if you die cut it, you're going to have a little, it's going to be the same color on the front and the back, or if it's pattern, it'll be different, but you'll have a little white edge. Not a big deal, right? So you just have to know that. That's really, one of the differences. So it's just, I love, love, love these paper pads because, you can have so many colors without investing all the money in all the, because lots of times you order from companies and you have to get 5 sheets, 10 sheets, things like that. And you can't, it's a lot of money and a lot of storage. And this way, more economical. And I found all the colors we needed in the paper pads that I had. So here's what I chose. And let's talk about this. And I can already tell my mouth is dry. I'm going to have to take a drink. So here's our card. Here's our color cube that we picked. And I have a new way we're going to do this in the future, by the way. It'll save us time and everything. So here are the colors. And we talked about all these last night. And then here's what I chose after going through all my paper pads. And I told you last night, lots of times if there's one color on the card, sometimes it'll have 3 different shades of the color. But if there's only one, I will still normally pick 2 different shades of the same color because we want to layer, and it's just kind of my thing, right? They're still in the same color family and we're going to like them, right? So I picked 2 shades of a yellow green. I picked 2 shades of a warm yellow, kind of buttery warm yellow. And then we had 2 colors of like burgundy and red right here. This is kind of more of a warm red with maybe even a drop of blue in it. Does that make sense? But I think it's more of a warm red. And then we have this darker kind of burgundy, mulberry kind of color. and then like a dark grayish black, and then the lighter color here. And I think of these sometimes as my base colors. But you look at your inspirational picture, and the background here is this light gray, light bluish white color. So we have some wiggle room there, right? So these are the colors I chose. I chose the yellows and the greens. And then in choosing the reds, I chose two that somewhat match and that I like. But then I added in a third because I wanted more of a pale color. And thank you, Laura. And so I added in that third one because now we've got a lot more options if we're layering flowers. And I know it's still kind of in the same color family, so I know it's going to look good, right? So don't get so caught up on the card that you don't think, because remember, it gives you shades within there. Don't think that you can't add something in or take something away like that. So on top of that, in thinking about base colors for our card, to go along with the dark color, look, I chose this really pretty, very subtle pattern paper to go along with this. But look, it gives you interest for your background. And I think that's really pretty. Very, what do I want to say? Not distracting. It's very subtle. And I chose this color because it coordinates with that. But you know, we talked about this last night. I love the Desert Storm, and like, you know, tans and browns are always a neutral. They kind of go with everything, right? Same as white. So we can use white, this black, or even this color. I think this would be really pretty. And I think it'll be interesting to show the contrast between possibly showing our colors on the dark background and showing them on the light background. So that's the thinking. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the deal. I pulled this card out because we talked about SBC Fest from beginning of September, and it's free, and you can still register and go back and see my video for this card. And I loved this die set from scrapbook.com, and my craft room is officially at the point where it's driving me crazy and I'm losing things, so I need to clean it. And I could not find this die set to even use today. So if you want to see this card and go to the video, you can do that. You can also see the homework video on my YouTube channel. So there's that one. And I loved these arches, so I pulled these arches out too. And the sentiment die. So I pulled that out too. So we have lots of options. Also pulled out my small stacking trays because I told you I'm obsessed with these. And when I cut flowers, I cut a lot of them. So let's start die cutting. I pulled these flowers dies out that I showed you. Oh, I used for this card, right? Same dies as this, but also real quick, I want to remind you the auction is live now from Nikki Hart's Cards. And I have donated this card that I just created this week for Alex Siberia. It's in the auction. So please, please, please go look at everybody who has donated items for the auction. It's all to benefit Hurricane Helene flood victims in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee. So I've donated this card. So please, please, please go bid on it. And you'll be asked the same way I did mine. Nikki's doing a similar one where she wants you to go donate, pick a charity who's working there and on the ground, you know, doing lots of good work, and make a donation, and then you'll just send her the screenshot of your donation to get your prize. So please, please, please go vote. The link is on my Instagram stories right now. So you can find the link there, and I'll add it here too. It's only going on for 2 days. So please go vote. A lot of other big people, bigger than I, much bigger than I. Tiffany Solorio, Jennifer McGuire, Gina Kay, have items in the auction. You can bid on a card from Jennifer, and also Tiffany from the Nashville Craft Retreat donated a couple of cards. So you can bid on her cards. And then I've got this one in there. Okay. So thank you so much. Let's do this. Okay. Here's this die set. Love this. Now, if we look at the back, here's the deal. Here's the flowers. Here's the different layering pieces, and you can layer them up. Kind of funky, right? And then we've got the greenery. You can make the greenery any color you want to, right? And then here's the flowers. So let's get started. Let's work on this, get some die cutting going on, and we'll get busy. Did anybody pull out their own dies to craft along with this today? Anybody else doing that? Pull these out. I'll even put these so I don't lose them. And I tell you one thing I like to do, and this is why I like these A2, or not A2, the 6x8 sheets. I will cut every single piece out of each color because it makes my life easy. And then we can layer up from there and decide what we like and what we don't like. And look, this die set even has a little bow. Isn't it cute? So let's get all of the little pieces done. And there are lots of little pieces. These do not come connected, so don't lose them. And I just tend to get everything out of one of these sheets, and then I can mix and match, and I'm not going back to die cut again. I can just select from everything I've already die cut. So I should have done some of this earlier, but oh, look, I went to vote. Didn't know if you see. So early voting is open if you live in Tennessee. I know it's open in a lot of other states. So if you can, this is as political as I'm going to get. I highly encourage you to go early vote, right? No political party, not making any suggestions, just encouraging you to do your part and vote. However you choose to vote, go vote. Oh, Stacy pulled out her Concord and Night Summer Camp Blend and Blooms. Exciting. Hi, Zoe. I'm glad you're here too. Thanks so much for joining us. Zoe, what you working on? Zoe's always busy making something pretty. So I always like to see what she's got going on. You can even post a little picture here and show us. That would be fun. Okay, so as I'm going to put all these pieces in my little sorting trays. And we'll put the big flowers in one and the smaller ones in another, because you know I'm obsessed with these trays. Okay, so let's put the flowers in that one and then put all the pieces in. There's our dark yellow, and you know, this takes a while. It's not like it's going to be fast. Stacy, I can't wait to see that one. I haven't seen that set. So get these on here. I'm going to do all the colors because you never know in the end what you're really going to like. You see why I like these bigger sheets? I can run it all through in one pass on my Empress because it's big plates. I'm not going to worry about saving a lot of space because we just need to get it done. And we'll do lots of mixing and matching of colors and stuff. It'll be good. And then I always keep these, of course. I don't like to keep a lot of little pieces. I'm not good at that. Oh, Stacy, you're so good. That's what I did for SVC Fest. But I've been busy since last night, so I did not do that. It would have been nice if I had. Stacy, what color did you choose for your background? I'm kind of intrigued about this pattern paper that I picked. I think it's going to be really pretty. So I can't wait to see it. And I will tell you one thing I like, because it's not 100-pound cardstock. Um, your die cutting machine cuts like butter. They all come out easily and they look great. Okay. Now see, these are the A2 size, which is fine. But because of that, we can cut 2 at a time, right? That's what we'll do. We'll put both pieces on here to cut. All right. Oh, there's one of my little yellow ones. Sometimes they stay in there, so get your pokey tool out. Okay. Stacy's got off-white with specks of rust and gray and oxide. Ooh, that sounds pretty. I can't wait to see that. I like that. I think our black background, we're going to splatter with some gold too. We're talking about the speckles and stuff. I think that'll look good. Maybe even some white or, ooh, shimmer spritz, because we all have been oogling those. And, Lisa asked me last night if I used the shimmer spritz on one of my cards, and I had not, but I think it would be really pretty on some of this. Just to jazz it up a little bit, right? Tell me, are you a splatterer or are you a no splatterer? If you follow me, I love splatters. So let me know. Okay, we're getting there. Bear with me. I have to say, in voting today, there were a lot of people there. I mean, a lot. I was surprised at how many people, but because of the way they do it, it moved really quickly today. So that was good. Just a couple of waits here, first in the one line to give them your driver's license, and then in the other line to get in the room for them to check it. Then in the next line before someone like walked you to a booth and stuff and reviewed the machine. So does anybody else ever have voting anxiety? Like you don't know how it's going to work and you get worried, and it's like, I get it every time. Every time. I get so stressed out about it. It's like, is it going to be a scribble in the blank, like a Scantron test? Is it going to be, are we going to have hanging chads? If you're as old as I am and you remember that, is it, and I didn't even remember that it's actually a touch screen now. So it was so funny. I laugh at myself. Anybody else do that? I mean, I guess, we're just human and nobody wants to look foolish, and everybody wants to know what they're doing. And it's funny because I definitely find myself feeling old, and really lots of times nowadays not caring, like if I go out, definitely don't need to be as put together as I used to feel, or, if I do something silly, not worrying about it, as much. Especially, when you're out in public and you don't know these people. But I always have like voter anxiety about the process, just about the process, right? So I just kind of thought that was funny when I got in there today, and I thought, oh, it's just a touch screen. Why were you so stressed out? And then I came home because, my son Gabe is 16, and he comes home for lunch every day because he's got the dual enrollment college classes. And I'm like, Gabe, just think in 4 years you can vote in the next presidential election. And I said, and it's so easy. You don't even have to have the anxiety I always have because it's just touch screen. And he just looked at me and laughed. And of course, Rich said, he can vote in 2 years when he's 18 for the midterms. And I was like, yes, 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 you are correct. So it was kind of funny. What's Stacy saying? How things work in multiple settings is stressful for sure, right? Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you're here. No worries. Just like going to the doctor. Like Gabe seriously has white coat syndrome now, I think. He didn't used to have it, but his blood pressure spiked the last time we went to the doctor. And so much so that, and you know, if you've ever seen Gabe, the kid is like 6 foot tall, lean as can be, solid muscle, very active. I mean, runs, plays tennis, does marching band. I mean, he is fit and healthy. And his blood pressure spiked at the doctor when we went in August. And this was, keep in mind, after he had done DCI all summer long, competitive marching band. So for like 12 hours a day, he was doing cardio activity. So he was fit. I mean, there was nothing not fit about him. His blood pressure was kind of high. And the doctor almost did not pass him for his physical for tennis because that's what the physical was for. So it was and then we had to come home and monitor it. And I think he got himself so stressed out about it all that he wouldn't calm down then when we took his blood pressure. Finally, it went back down. So that was good. But I'm worried that he has, I think they call it white coat syndrome. So let me take a drink. We're almost done. Yay. Didn't take too long. But I'm kind of worried that he's getting white coat syndrome. And that is when you go to the doctor and you get so stressed out that like your blood pressure's high, your heart rate, and his heart rate was high. That's how I knew it wasn't just a blood pressure problem. I knew it was him being stressed. And if you know Gabe, he gets uptight about, everything. And so he needs to just, chill out. And he's a type A, always wants to do the right thing kind of, thing. I'm going to go ahead and do all of these in the greens because maybe we want to stem or, I don't know that I need the flower parts. We're not going to worry about that. So anyway, I'm worried he's getting white coat syndrome and hopefully it'll be better next time we go and it's not an ongoing thing. But knowing him and the way he gets stressed out, I have a feeling now he's going to be worried it's going to happen again. So, because they made such a big deal out of it. Such a big deal. So anyway, that's another stressful thing, going to the doctor, right? Going to a new gym, not knowing how to use the equipment, that's for sure one. Nobody wants to look stupid. I did almost fall off one of the machines one day in front of like giggling 16-year-olds, but that's another one. It was like, oh well, I'm old and I'm a tripping hazard, so it is what it is, right? Whatever. I'm not recording myself for any reels or taking any selfies or anything like that. So no worries. One more. Those are the light green. Let's do some dark green. And then guess what? I think we're done. And I did both colors of the yellow. So I think we've done a great job. Is Zoe still on here? Zoe, did you ever tell us what you're working on? What's on your desk right now? What's on everybody's desk? I know Stacy's got the Concord in 9th to do this. What else is on everybody's desk? What's everybody working on? I like to know what's on people's desks because that's normally something you love, right? Okay, I think we're finished with the greens. What's everybody doing? Because all of a sudden it's been quiet. Is everybody die cutting? That's what I'm hoping you're doing. Picking colors. What do you think about this idea? I think this has been fun. And here's my idea for making, like, I really want to do this ongoing. We need to do these color challenges. I think this is fun. Do you ever watch Mary Gunn, Craft Roulette? That's fun if you want to be challenged. Oh, there's Zoe. I'm working on some winter themed mixed media tags. Oh, I love that idea. You know, I'm crazy for mixed media and I love a good tag. So that's fun. Thank you for sharing that with us. Zoe, am I going to see you next year at the retreat? I'm going to put you on the spot. You can tell me no. It's okay, but you haven't early registered, so I'm just asking. Just asking. Okay, so here's our backgrounds. Let's set this aside. Hey, that wasn't too bad, was it? I'm going to put all these in here for right now. Anybody else have these stacking trays? Because I'm a little obsessed. I am using them all the time. Seriously, look. See how well they fit together like that? I love them. Okay, so here's our inspiration. Here's our colors. And then I'm thinking these for background. And I have to tell you, I've had this idea that we might use these nested arches from my SBC class, because I've had an idea for a card in my mind since I created the original one. Yesterday was Spellbinders. I worked on some new Spellbinders this week too. Are you ready? Look, I just haven't posted it yet, but I need to. I actually got a Better Press, and this is the Better Press plate. Looky, looky. How pretty was that? And then I created these backgrounds with that new Better Press plate. Isn't that pretty? I like the Better Press. I have to say, I held out for a long time. I swore I wasn't going to get it. I swore I wasn't going to get it. Not going to get it. I got it. I found it as cheap as I could, believe it or not, from Office Depot or Staples. I think I got it for $55. There's Bonnie. Hi, you. She missed us last night. Oh, and Stacy has the nested dies. So I have an idea. We'll see about this. But let's first, before I get sidetracked, first of all, let's look at how pretty I'm digging these colors. I don't know about you guys. Let's get some of these flowers together. So let's make it easy. Let's pull each of these. And this is going to make it really easy to mix and match. Okay. Let me get my tweezers. Oh, these scrapbook.com tweezers are so, oh, these are Pink Fresh. They are so sticky and dirty. Not only do I need to clean my craft room, I need to clean all of my tools because it's embarrassing. I know. Okay. So then I like to take this and I just start mixing and matching, right? So we have the background, and if we look at the back of the die packaging, look what I forgot. These little teeny tiny ones. Darn it all. Guess what we're not using? Those little teeny tiny ones. Because those go somewhere in here like on this one. But it's okay. No one's going to know that we aren't going to use them. We do not have to layer up like all 3 pieces on every bloom, right? So there's 3 for each one. And it is nice that Alex did 1 die to cut each of the 3 out. So there were actually 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And I only did 4, I think. But it's okay. So that's how they're supposed to layer up. Okay, so you have the base, then you have 1, 2, 3. Base, 1, 2, 3. But we can do whatever we want. And if you see, now in her example, the base is the same color. And then like she did the darker pink on all of them, and then the burgundy, and then the yellow in the middle. You don't have to do that, okay? Each one can be different. So do it however works for you. I'm not a big stickler on things like this. Yeah, Sharon hasn't either. Sharon, I can't tell you. I'm gonna pull that out. if I'm totally sold on it, that like I couldn't live without it, I like it. And I like that one plate because it did the background. But I'm going to be very honest. I don't know that I would tell you to go run out and buy it. Now, did someone tell me that you can use better press plates to hot foil also? But I think you can use regular dies to hot foil on the glimmer also. Can't you? Oh, Bonnie's watching me in the big screen. That's scary. So here's what I do. Look, I go ahead and let's first figure out what color combos we want. And then we'll start adding in some, I gotta make my little thingy a little stickier. It's kind of lost its stick. Let's mix and match some of these and see what we think. Start with the bigger ones and see what we like. Oh, that's pretty. And don't forget, we have the darker yellow and we have a lighter yellow. And I don't think we can go wrong. Like, look, even keeping it in the same color family, do I need to zoom in? Move it up here. I don't know that we can go wrong. It's just a matter of what you like best. You could even do a dark yellow with a light yellow or vice versa. Sometimes just play around with it, right? Let's see. I think I really kind of like that one. I'm not as big of a fan on there. That one looks good. And there's really, you know, they're the same color on the front and the back. That's the other thing I like about the scrapbook.com paper is it's printed on the front and the back. That's good. How about that? I can live with that. That's good. So we're going to go that way. How about each one of these? I love the brown and the pink combo. I know. Do you remember? Hi, Ellie. How are you? I haven't seen you forever. Do you remember like probably, it wasn't long after Gabe was born. I'm going to move all these to the top and put glue at the same time. My little wax thing is putting little smudges on my flowers and I don't like that, but we're going to cover them up anyway. I don't know if it's still a thing because we haven't had any babies to do any baby shower for us or anything in my family for a long time. But I think it was around the time Gabe was born, so about 15, 14 years ago. A lot of people were doing little girls' bedrooms in this kind of, in like pink and brown. I have to tell you, I thought it was, I really liked that combination. I thought it was really pretty. Now you can line these up so there's no shadow coming behind from the other color, or you can kind of offset it. It's up to you, but don't get too worked up about it, right? So I put glue on all of them and then go right down the line. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. I'm going to look at this so I can keep in mind what's going on. So this next bigger one, it is the bigger one, is the second one. So it would be this one. So then you have to figure out from there what combos you want. Do you want the pink back there or do you want it with another one? You can try it. So let's pull all these out and see what we like. Okay. So we have all the colors here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we could layer it up brown, but I think we should do a different color. Once again, the brown with the pink looks good. What if we go there and don't know that I really like that one. There's no right or wrong, and I really don't want to overthink it. You know what I mean? I want to look at this picture and see. Okay, so it just has it going right to the bottom. Of Okay, so it has it right there. So it's covering up the top part of the flower. But you do what you want to do, right? What do we think about these? I'm not overly thrilled with all of them, but I can live with it because we're in a hurry. I don't know that I like this one. What do we think? I vote base color back on top, Ellie says. Okay, let's try it. So we're going to keep that same, like that. Ellie says she wants that one, which would be that there, that one there. I think we all just really like this flower. We should have made them all that one, right? Okay, we're going to go with that because Ellie says go with that one. And like, we're not going to stress out about this. And then it's this one. So if we keep that same strategy, we are going to go back again to this darker one in the middle. So I just need to find them all. Or it needs to be that second one, but let's just find all these first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm missing the brown one. Is that right? Yeah. And I don't see it. Did we lose it somewhere? Not going to stress it out right now. With all these bits and pieces, it's really easy to... Oh, is that it? Nope, it's supposed to be a heart. Okay, not going to worry about it. We can add that one later. So we need another the orange one here. There we go. And then we need another pale yellow one. And we'll just go right down the line, right? Okay. So there, now we know what we're doing here. That one's going there. And there's the brown one for that one. And that one would go there. Okay, so let's get these glued on now that we know what we're doing. It helps also if you would use a sticky mat to keep your flowers down and not move around. But I will tell you, don't do, and I'm just going to put a line of glue right here. Don't do what I did. I got glue on my sticky mat because, you know, I use it, my paper inking palette from Picket Fence Studios. I use it for everything. It's the sticky mat that I use. I got glue on it and I can't get it off. So, you know, if you're ink blending, keep in mind that it is going to now have a spot on it that you'll get inconsistency in your ink blending. So do not take my word for it. Do not glue on your paper inking palette. However, if you're like me and it's like, oh, darn, I already ruined it, I'm going to have to get a new one. Well, darn, now I have that one I can use to glue on, right? I would not have chosen to do that, but I messed it up. So forewarning. Or you can just, if you use some other kind of sticky mat, oops. It is nice to use a sticky mat to hold down these die cuts as you're adhering them. But depending on the one that you're using, be forewarned not to get glue on it. Okay, let's get these done. And it's the pink one that I don't have the brown for. Okay. So now this one goes here. This one goes here. And I'm not worried about these lining up perfectly. And keep in mind the other thing, we don't have time today because, you could go on and on and on, but these would look really good if you used a mini ink blender and you added a little bit of ink just for, dimension and shadows at the at the base of them, or to add a little bit more color. You don't always have to, but it would look cute. Yes, it is cute to do that. I agree, Ellie, and I almost did that on this second one, but I just figured I'd follow the directions because, I'm a rule follower and I'm just trying to hurry. So let's look at this and see if we got it. Yes. So we've got one big flower done. Now, the other thing is, you don't have to do every layer on every one. And we can make our lives easy. And let's see, where do the browns go here. And I'm guessing that one's there. And so just layer these up. And see what goes where for sure. But I picked the bigger ones because it just makes it easy to then sort through. So this one's going here. That one there. Okay, I have to tell you, I have another story for you. And this is a mom moment for sure. And some of you who are empty nesters are going to totally understand it. And, we already have one that's gone. Sam lives in Austin, living his best life. He's just doing well. But we've still got Gabe, right? Yesterday, I sat down to eat lunch really fast. I had a lot to do, and I was thinking about everything I had to do. And like I said, Gabe comes home for lunch, and first of all, I think 16-year-olds are a lot different than when I was 16 years old. Like I don't remember really sitting down and having a conversation with my mom and just to be chatty. I don't know. I don't remember it. Maybe we did, but I love it when our kids do that now. And so he sat down, and here I'm thinking about just as I was about to get up, and he was chatty Cathy, and it was so sweet. And I thought to myself, nothing is more important. And in 2 years, he's going to not be here, and you're going to miss these times. And so just sit here and have a conversation and enjoy the fact, because I'm telling you, he was just so chatty, but it was so nice. And it was one of those things that in the moment I realized nothing is more important, and be glad that he's sitting here talking to you and just enjoy this moment. And it was such a good mom moment, I have to say. So that was fun. And I definitely realized in that moment um, how grateful I was for it. So that was my little mom moment yesterday. I have to say, there's that heart that we needed there. So in 2 years, I won't have that. And I'll be glad that I took the time yesterday. And because, man, he was just chatty, chatty, chatty. But it was nice. Oh, you know why we don't have this little one? Because that's the little one I forgot to cut. That's why I can't find it for any of them. Does this one go here or here? I think this one goes here. If you don't get it right, it doesn't matter. No one knows. But that's why I don't have that little one on any of them. You know what? We could have left this one blank and that one blank and it wouldn't have been obvious, right? Oh, well. What's everybody think about these colors? You see how it pushed us? It definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. I would not have ever picked these colors, but I think it's going to turn out to be a really pretty fall card. And the other day, my 48-year-old son had lunch, became the total chatty kid. I understand. Be glad that we have FaceTime technology. I know, but Sharon, I got to tell you, I am not a FaceTimer. Our son Sam in Austin, we never FaceTime. Never. I'm just not a FaceTimer. But I guess we should. Look how cute. So even if we don't add another bud to these, they'd be really cute. We should. It's just taking time. Part of Alive, right? Nothing's fast. I do have to go help feed the band today, so I can't be on here too long. And look, if you don't get these lined up or you don't happen to put the exact right one in the right place, I think it looks cute for the under kind of the back shadow to show. Oh, and that's, see, I put glue on that one. I'll probably go back and add it maybe later when we're done. I'm not going to go back to die cutting. But let's add some of these other, pieces on. Maybe we don't need to add the teeny tiny one. Let's see what's going on here. So this one, so it looks like this when we put them. That would be this one. And this one. There. Where's this one go? Oh, it's going to go over here. Here. Sorry, I know it's taking a while, but it's hard to remember what goes where, right? If you pull the same color, if we had kept them sorted, maybe it would have been easier, but didn't think that far ahead, did I? Okay, oh, one more. This is the brownish color and another yellow one. It's going to go here. Okay. And these are easy. They just need a dot, right? Aren't these cute? Cute little fall flowers. I don't even hate that we didn't put one there. And we can fudge it and maybe use one of these other little pieces. Ellie, what are you working on? Ellie does Ellie, you do a little bit of everything. Are you still here, Ellie? Um, Ellie does like a lot of different kinds of crafts, and I know she likes junk journals. Are you working on any junk journals right now? Let's see. This one does not go there, I don't think. I don't know what I did with the big brown one that I think goes, oh, there it is. Right there. See, I actually like that when you can see a little bit of that yellow at the top. Bonnie likes the little, I know this pink and brown. Anybody else remember that when like a lot of little girls' rooms, people were doing the pink and brown? I thought it was so cute. Is that still a thing? I don't know what the trend is now. I don't pay any attention. No babies yet. No grandkids, I should say. I need a yellow one for there. And there it is. Okay. Did I lose everybody's? Oh, there's Ellie. Working on my October Not So Daily, which is kind of like my junk journal, and actually making Christmas cards. Ooh, that's fun. So it's called, is that what it's called, Ellie? Not So Daily? Oh, I'm going to have to go look that up. Let me know if that's what is, am I misunderstanding it, or is that what it's called? Pink and brown was big for girls' rooms. Yeah. Um, so it must have been popular for a while then. I could do a whole bouquet of these pink and brown ones, I have to say. I agree. What time is it? Oh, it's after 3. We're okay. I just have to be at the school, I think by 4:30 to help feed the band tonight. Okay. What do we think? Now there are all these other little pieces. Um, let's see if we like them. I don't know. It's more work, and I'm getting lazy. Let's see if we like them. It might be worth the effort. Ooh, there's like a little gnat in here. All the weird bugs are coming out for fall, aren't they? That's crazy. Oh, look. That does look cute, doesn't it? I think we need to do these. Okay, we're doing these because they're cute. Bear with me. I know, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? We could use, watch, one of these. We'll have to do it on another one because look how cute he is. Watch. Let's see on this one if we like it. What if we take one of these little ones that we've got, since I'm too lazy to cut them back out, and we could put one right there, or do we leave it? I don't know. I think we should leave it. Or look, that kind of balances it out if we don't. I think we do that. Look at that one. Can you see it? I think that's a good balance. If we don't put the little yellow thing here, and then they kind of balance. Let's do that. I like that idea. Oh, thanks, Ellie. I'm glad you made it. I missed you. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope everything's good. Is your husband's name AJ? Am I right? How's he doing? I know that's Kathy's grandson's name, so I don't know if I'm just confused or not. Okay, now we need the pink ones. These are super cute. I love it. I know. My technical director's telling me time. I don't go until 4:30. Okay? Okay. Let's do these. Oh, good. Yes, I was right. Not so good with names usually. Okay, now let's start thinking about our now putting this together. Are we finally there? I don't know about you. I as I craft more, I don't want to say that I'm getting more lazy, but I definitely enjoy the layered kind of die cuts that, yeah, there are fiddly bits and you have to put it all together, but then the card seems to come together so easily once you have this work done that I really am I think that's why I'm nuts about layered dies lately, because I think the cards just seem to come together more quickly, more easily, I guess. So this is lots of times what I do. First, I'm going to make it a normal A2 size card. So let's trim these to a normal, and then we'll probably trim down from there. But we aren't going to go wrong by cutting it normal card size. And can I get by with doing both of them at the same time? I better not. So let's go. Do it this way. 5.5. 4.25. So there's one. Now, I don't think that I would hate a white background either, but I think more of kind of the neutral, natural look I'm going to like better. And I do have my splat box nearby. So, let's start thinking about this. We can do, hi, Diana. Are you still on a flight or have you landed? Oh, seriously, y'all, look at this. Stop it right now. Look how cute. Since we're totally enamored with this, could you just seriously make a card and put that on it with like a sentiment and maybe some string or twine? Yes, you could. And how cute is that, right? Seriously adorable. I love it. And maybe look at that green with it. How pretty is that? Now, that one blends in with the pink. So we have to do, we could do these. That would be pretty, right? Could do that. And even look, because we cut more in the green, look, just like a filler back here that doesn't detract away from these. Kind of look like ginkgo leaves, right? Um, Seriously, Ellie, shop your stash. How many die sets do we all already have? Like I showed this one from scrapbook.com I already have. How many do we have? But this one I have to say is really cute. So, like, let's look at this. Okay. I love this though. It's kind of hip and modern, right? And then you have these other greenery. Like, look at these. What if, like, and I would cut more. There's a big one and a little one, right? So look how different it looks, but how pretty with the two backgrounds. Very different, but both so pretty. I'm going to make this one. I like the green. We need to cut more of those greens, don't we? And even this one, I just like that leaf style, right? I think we need to cut more of those greens for sure. Oh, look at this one. Look at what was on the other side of the green. That's this dark background color. How did we not know that was there, right? If you like that, you could use that one too. A real modern kind of look, right? Like, this is the negative, this is the back. But if we cut it out, look how pretty and modern, real simple. Put like a couple of these. This one would have it. Look how pretty that would be for a real modern, sophisticated look. And you could even splatter this background and put a sentiment on it. And I think that would be so chic. Seriously. There are a lot of options with this that I like. And I'm really liking this cool kind of subtle background a lot. And then I like this one that we used here for just a little bit of interest. Really, really liking this. So we've got these greens. I definitely would cut more of these greens. Look at this pretty peachy one. We could add in up here. Look how pretty the green with the pinks is. Oh my. I like this one a lot. And you can layer it up, okay? And then figure out what flowers you want. You can keep this very pale and just do yellows and greens and pinks. We can get a lot of different cards on here, can't we? We can really get a lot of different looks. Bonnie says put the orange back here because that is very subtle for sure. But I'm really liking the greens too, I have to tell you. That does look pretty, Bonnie. Ooh, every combination looks good. That's the thing. I love this. I think we did a fantastic job with our color cube, I have to say. I really, really do. I'm going to put this one because here's my thinking here. Now, this can get very distracting very quickly. But remember we talked about yesterday using a lot of the same color as your majority, as your focal point. Then about, and I don't remember that exact formula, but like 30% of your card a secondary color, right? And then the third color, and then keep the background neutral. And that's a good kind of way to think about it. So this could be our pop of color, and then we're doing some pinks and browns, and then we've got our flower here. And the flower, if you just want to use one, you could keep it like that. And do something like that, right? And now you know you're not going to mess it up, but there's a pop, and then there's your pinks and browns. Does that make sense? You see that? Okay. And there we've got the same colors, and then you've got your pop of other color. And when you layer it all up, it's still your focal point. Right? Something to think about. I do like that combination. And the pink obviously kind of goes with that peachy, or that peachy pink color goes with this color. And then we've got our flower layered like that. Oh, thank you, Ellie. I'll see you later. Take care. I'm so glad you popped in. Thanks for joining us. So many combinations, you guys. What do you guys think? Any other ideas? I mean, we could keep going. How many cards could we make from just all of these that we've got, right? Let me see. What else do we have here? Now, I often don't get a card completely done when we're on here together because I need to add a sentiment to it, right? And I need to add all the other little bits and pieces. But look what we've got here. I might play with this one. I'm not so sure yet about that one. Let's see what else we can do here. What if we take this one out? And what if we added in the lighter color yellow? What have we got there? There's that little gnat. He keeps flying around. He's driving me nuts. What if we did this? And and this is the thing. You just keep playing with it. Just keep playing with it and see what works. Keep changing it up. Do we like, no, see, I don't like the lighter colored ones. I think we need something. Look how pretty that looks. If you don't even have to add a lot of green. What if we put a sentiment and just put those, right? Or you do a very subtle brown on black, and then you add these in, because it kind of fades into the background and doesn't detract from your brighter flowers. Something to think about, right? So many different ways. Could do that and then add in some of the lighter greens or the darker greens. Add this one as just a filler. What do you think? Anybody else have any ideas or suggestions? That one looks pretty. I think this is really going to look pretty when we get it finished up. I'm not going to do it here today because we're already at 3:30. I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, but I like it. What do y'all think? This was really pretty today, and we definitely did the challenge. It was good, right? We did a good job. I think so. Lots of combinations that would look good here. Bonnie says she likes that. I don't know which one she was talking about. I like the subtlety of this dark one back behind because it doesn't detract from it. I like the little pop of green. And we can keep it more simple, or we can really layer it up. It just depends, right? And if we go back to my original card, this one, I added a lot of layers, right? And that was it. I just kept playing, and I liked it when I did the sentiment, and then I brought some of these flowers down and, you know, kind of layered them up. So that was the original one. Lots and lots of layers. I added some string here. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish these, and I'll probably create two so that we have a big difference. I'm probably going to do some splatters on this one, maybe on this one, and see. Bonnie, I would probably use the matte gold. I'm guessing like on this one. If you have the matte, I think it's called Old Gold. Let me see if I've got them in here. I know I have them someplace. Darn it. Old Gold is what I would put on this one, and I think it would be beautiful. I've got the matte silver, but I don't have any of the matte gold right here. That's going to be pretty there. I think that would be really pretty. And then I don't know what I do here. So here is our card, our colors, and look at how it changes. And is this okay if we don't use the green and we don't use like the dark color? Absolutely. Is it okay that we use this neutral instead of this cooler color right here? 100%. It's all about finding the inspiration and then moving you into your own creative space and creating what you like, right? But did it definitely push me out of my comfort zone? This for sure. I would not have got, I doubt I would have gotten here even. So I like that. I like that we did this, and I think we need to do this again for sure. What do you think? Thank you everybody for joining me. I'm probably going to edit these two videos together at some point. I will definitely finish these cards and kind of add it to the end of the video. And I love it. I'm really excited. I still want to do my idea with this. I did not use these because we have to figure, you'll see. I have an idea. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I'm thrilled to see people like Zoe and Ellie that I don't often see. And then all of you like Kathy and Diana and Bonnie and Sharon. And did I miss anybody? Stacy, and who often join me. So I appreciate everyone. Don't forget to like this video, like the first part, please. Oh, hi, Sandy Scott's here too. Hi, Sandy Scott. So please like the video. Make sure you subscribe so you're notified when I have a new video. And I will see you maybe next week sometime. So I can't go live on Thursday night. It's trick-or-treating night and we have a football game. So I will see you later. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye now.